everyone, for this video we're going to be taking a look at another Super Sonico figure made by Orchid Seed, and this is the 1/7 scale nurse version. And what you're looking at is the bottom of the front of the box, and we have a nice little illustration of Sonico that the figure is based from, as well as the title of the figure and the companies involved and that sort of thing. I really do like the color scheme of this box as well. It's kind of got some light pretty pastel colors going on throughout, as well as some nice patterns and of course little pillow illustrations going on throughout the box, as well as inside the box is just this silver shiny finish inside, and the front window, as you can see, is cross-shaped, so again it goes well with the medical theme of the figure. And at the top right of the box we have Orchid Seed, as well as some more little pill illustrations in different colors. So on the side of the box we have a picture of the Sonico figure, as well as some more title again of the figure and some more illustrations, and I love the little band-aid illustration with the Super Sonico symbol on it, as well as a little circular peep window at the side with Sonico and Kenko going around the window, and I guess this might be a collaboration product, but I have no idea what Kenko is, honestly. And at the top left of the box we have the Nitro Plus symbol, as well as Orchid Seed once again. And the other side of the box is fairly similar to the first side that I showed you. The bottom of the box is just plain white, so I won't bother showing you that, and on the back of the box we have some more information in Japanese about the figure, as well as some more pictures of the Sonico figure, only without her nurse outfit this time. As you can see, you can display her in sort of her lingerie getup. And we have a very tiny cross-shaped peep window going on in the back as well as that Nitro Plus sticker of authenticity on the top right corner. And finally, at the top of the box, once again we have another nice cross-shaped peep window, as well as some more illustrations of those pills and the needle and the title of the figure, and another illustration of the Sonico figure. So without further ado, let's take a look at what she comes with. So these are the accessories that Sonico comes with. What you're looking at up front are 3 different needles, and one is uncapped, ready to go, and that is the one that she is going to hold in her hand, I suppose, and the other 2 kind of go in the little kind of belt accessory on her stockings. And these are very nicely detailed for small pieces as well. I don't know if you can tell, but each one is filled with a different colored fluid, so to speak. And in the left you have another option of just her regular headphone look, since the nurse's outfit has the headband part of it, covers up her headphones, so if you want to take that off and display her with just her classic Super Sonico headphones, you can do so. And in the top right we have her sort of lingerie top piece, and as you can see it is somewhat kind of frosted clear and just snaps on in the back, so you can display her with just that if you decided to take off her nurse costume. So Sonico's base is fairly simple, and she actually does not need to use it, which is nice since it does take up quite a bit of room. I might display her without it, but as you can see she just has a simple disc base, as well as kind of this frosted look to it with Sonico and Kenko going on all around throughout the border. So although Sonico is a 1/7 scale, since she is in a kneeling position, she's not a particularly overly large figure, so she doesn't have to take up that much room, which is nice. As you can see from the little bit you can see in the detail, I did place her needles into her little supply belt right there, and that was a very, very difficult task, I have to say. These little handles came off and the tubes were separate, so you slide the handle through the hole and kind of pop it back together through that, and they're very finicky and just very, very difficult to install, at least for me. And here is a better look at her legs anyhow. Her stockings have this really nice opalescent sort of finish to them, and it's just very eye-catching detail, and I really like all the wrinkles and folds going on throughout the stockings. And her shoes are these white high-heel shoes, and not particularly high-heeled, but heeled nonetheless, and they have a nice sort of patent leather shiny finish to them as well. So Sonico is wearing a classic white nurse's uniform, and because it is Sonico it is rather snug fitting, accentuating all of her curves and all that good stuff. And I really do like the attention to detail as far as the wrinkles and folds in the fabric as well, and you kind of see a little bits of the tiny button details going along the side. And again on her, over her breast, there's that Sonico Kenko label, as well as a couple of these cross buttons towards the top by her collar. The only thing about this outfit is, since it is cast offable, you get this very obvious seam line going on throughout the sides, which from the way you have it displayed you don't notice offhand, but it is kind of a bit of an annoying detail nonetheless. And very quickly, here she is from the back, and you can kind of tell that her fingernails are actually painted on this figure as well, which is usually a nice detail, but the sculpt of her nails on her hands are a little bit odd at times. And although trying to get the spear needles in place along her belt was quite difficult, so was getting the actual needle that was ready to inject in her hands. That was a very difficult task as well. But she does look rather cool holding it, especially with her hand on her hips. Yeah, Sexy Nurse Sonico is ready to give you your flu shot for the season. And finally, here is a better look at Sonico's face. I really do like the sculpt and detail on the face, however I will say that I'm not as crazy about her mouth. According to the illustration, it's almost as though Sonico is supposed to have like kind of a small smile with a little bit of teeth, but here it just kind of looks a little bit open mouth until you tilt your back this way, and then you can see there is indeed some teeth showing. But her eyes are quite cutely painted, I think, and I do like the sculpt of her hair, although it is a little bit rough in places, but also this is an older Orchid Seed release as well, so I can really tell how the company has improved over the years with making figures. And Sonico has a nurse's headband over her classic headphones as well, so you just kind of see the sides peeking out. And I really do like the paint job on her hair as well, with that gradient going from light to dark as you get to the ends. Alright, so very quickly, here is Sonico in her semi-cast offable version. You could totally have her topless cast off if you desire to, but as you can see, the top is quite sheer. And she does look a little bit odd in that pose without the needle. Now, I did try to, you see she's still wearing her nurse's headband, and I did try to switch out the headphones for the original Sonico headphones, but that was just absolutely not happening. First I'll say it was very difficult to get her nurse's uniform off as well. I feel that Orchid Seed has definitely improved over the years with how easy it is to take off the cast-off version of clothes on their figures, but this one was just so extremely difficult. And the headband, although it did pop off rather easily, the headphones just were not going to fit. No matter how hard I tried, they just were not going to fit on both earphone parts, and she looked kind of odd without having anything on, so I went ahead and just popped the nurse's one back on for sake of argument. But this is a very extremely difficult and finicky figure to mess with, I have to say. Overall, this figure was an absolute pain to mess with, I have to say. Everything from the accessories to taking the clothing on and off. And like I said, I could not even get the headphones to work. She was actually kind of a bigger pain to mess around with than the Attack on Titan figures. And that's kind of saying a lot, I think. So I only recommend getting this figure if you are a big Sonico fan and just simply want all the Sonico figures. Or if you are going to get her and display her as is or cast off and leave her alone. She is not easy to go back and forth to at all, depending on if you want to display her with a nurse uniform or the lingerie. So just kind of however you want to display her and leave it as is. Other than that, I think she is worth it. I can definitely tell, I think this figure was released in 2012, that over the years Orchid Seed has really improved their game in terms of how easy it is to change accessories and things around with their cast-offable figures. But overall, this is a simple and cute figure. I really do like the idea of it, and the pose is really cute, and I'm definitely going to display her as I currently have her and never mess around with anything of hers again. But yeah, that is it for now. Until next time, thanks for watching.